Hello, everybody. Today, I'm really excited to teach you guys this, to teach myself to understand. I only have about 10 minutes to teach us this, to remember it. But it's so important for your life. It's so vital. It can change everything. It's how to understand why these cycles in our lives happen over and over again and how to get out. I always want to get us out, get us free. And so what happened was these people that I love, that love me, that I know love me, right? I don't doubt that. I was presented with something from them and it triggered all of these things. And it felt like they were giving me this paper, let's say, that was from a bully. And I had just decided the day before, like I just made this shift. I was at this teaching, this week-long teaching with Eckhart Tolle on really becoming present and not being afraid to be really present with yourself. And my understanding, is with God, and I welcome all religions. We say our Father, Mother, who's the creator, the divine love. That's the creator of all of us, right? And so, anyway, don't worry about that. If it seems religious to you, just get the essence of this. So your life can be free. And yes, of course, so you can know yourself as a soul, and as a soul that continues. That's a long topic. But right now, I'm a psychologist for the past 20 plus years. So I speak as a psychologist, and I help people navigate their spiritual awakening, and all of life is a spiritual awakening. And so I look at it like that. We are souls, we're in a body, all right? I've got lots of videos on all those, so you can watch those. But this specifically, right, is noticing this pattern, right? I had just decided from being really present and really at peace and really surrendered to divine love, to God, and accepting forgiveness and everything for my past, for whatever stupid things I've done. The word sin just means to miss the mark. And so I wear this, right? It just means to miss the mark of perfect love. I just put this on today. I got it free, I think, from somewhere, but it's like to go off, to not live in highest consciousness in that moment, right? And so I just decided the day before, all right, I'm going to stop being a bully to myself. And I didn't know what that meant in all of its entirety. Like, I wish we could just say, okay, I'm never going to be a bully to myself or to anybody, because I'm sensitive and I feel it so much when other people are a bully to me, right? It's like the boot on my face kind of feeling. It's like, how long, God? How long do you want me to keep experiencing that, right? And don't go back into the whole violin victim story, because we're more than our temporary experience anyway. And so I can go into that. But for all of us, right, so we're free the rest of our lives, is understand, I know I made a commitment in a new way to let go of that. And then the next day I got this article where there was this bully from the 1950s, and he was saying blah, 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 all of this stuff about Jesus. And I won't go into the theology of it, because it just keeps you up here, right? And in argument's sake. And so let's understand it from the viewpoint of the egotism, right? Let's say that if I'm a soul and you are a soul, and you have been letting your egotism run your life, the egotism never has enough. It's always in lack. It always has to be propped up. It's always chasing forms, and forms can never satisfy us. If you think of St. Augustine says, our hearts are restless, O God, until they find their rest in thee, our repose in thee. Or I think C.S. Lewis said our hearts have like a God-shaped box, and nothing else can fill that. And yes, we can say all these words, like we can say, I love Jesus, and I have a Jesus. I don't. I do love Jesus, but I don't have a Jesus bumper sticker. It's just, you can't just put a sticker on it and make it happen. The sticker might be declaring something. It's just like if I'm married and I wear a ring, it's showing everybody, look, I'm in this committed thing and that's what I'm committed to, unless people just disregard the ring that they have on their finger. But so I made this commitment to stop bullying, but guess what? I realized for all of us, right? Because whatever truths I get, I always want to have an open hand. And I've been studying this for my whole life. So over 30 years, I've been studying this, right? Always be present. Always be present. Like John Butler says, put your feet on the ground, because then your concentration goes into your feet instead of blah, 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 your mind running your life, right? Now, what happened was I was like, in my mind, who is this upstart? This guy that's writing from the 1950s. Like, I read books from the 300s and the 1100s and, as close to Christ and even before that, Plato and Buddha and these other things that were leading up, that were, from my understanding, clearing the path so that we could understand Christ, so that we could, anyway, that's a long story, but you don't have to agree with me on all this. I'm not trying to trigger other people, right? I welcome you all. Let's understand this from the egotism point of view again, like I was saying. When I took a step back and you get really present and you're like, wait, what's really going on? What's going on? Here are these people that are like teachers in my life and like fathers, and I'm getting father triggered. Like, they are giving this article to me and to other people, and they're not protecting these other people by teaching them the wrong things. Like, clearly this is off, and this is going to take people on an off path that's going to bring all sorts of pain and harm into their lives, right? But I'm not God. And these people that are acting like my fathers in a way, they're not God. God is God. God is the source. Divine love is the source, right? Divine love is the source. All of these people, I am just a resource. They are just a resource. If I say something wrong, check everything that I say in any of my videos. You check, you ask God, what is the spirit from which this person's coming? Help me discern. Help me have discernment. I could have been being deceived by someone else in that day, just like I understand these people were, and so it's like, but I got an image, right? This morning, I got an image early this morning. I was waking up all night because my throat, and I was like this, and people were punching me again, and in my image, and it was just like, I can't take this anymore. God, please. I never want to return to that place. I never want to return to, this guy was in his egotism in the article, and it was like he was writing his doctoral dissertation. I had to do that for my doctorate. But it was like he was in his egotism. He kept propping himself up. And I had decided, and I didn't realize it, to shift out of operating by egotism, which is this mind stream, this outer personality self that pretends to be you, that you think you are, but it makes you a slave. It bullies your soul self and kicks it around and says, you have to prop me up. You got to put money in my bank. You got to make me look good. You got to get me a great boyfriend. You got to get me a great husband. You got to do this. You got to get your doctorate. You got to, make a lot of videos, whatever it says, not all of any of that was out of my egotism. A lot of that was out of my soul and following my deeper heart or whatever. But your egotism comes in and tries to usurp all of that. It's a big giant bully. And it's important to know, because as soon as I had decided, no, I'm not going to be that anymore, then this bully showed up. And this is how life reflects life. It's like something will show up here. We'll use this, you take this out of you, but then it shows up in the outer world. It's like, really? You don't want this anymore? And then I got hooked in and I bullied this guy back and bullied the other people back. I wish I had been more measured in how I spoke. I wrote 16 pages about look, this is heresy because of this. I had all these really good refutations. It's true, but it doesn't matter. It's like And I ought to not roll over and go, oh yeah, you guys just teach whatever you want and say that that's God. No, 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 no. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But see, I got hooked in, and it's like my egotism reacted to his egotism, and then it was this bullfight again, ole, 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 ole. You're just holding the thing, the cape for the bull to come under again, right? It's so weird. I just saw 1021 on this, and I'm recording, and my friend Elliot Smith had a bull on his arm, a tattoo, a bull tattoo of Ferdinand, the one that smelled roses, rise open your soul eyes. And he died on 1021. So I'll often see that number. But anyway, just be present and start learning, okay? As soon as I go, wait a second, I have been the one. I'm like, God, what are you teaching me? What are you teaching me in that? Not that God wants me to keep being kicked and punched and stuff, right? I don't have to be that anymore. But that I've been the one. I have been the one. It takes humility and not putting yourself down, not shaming yourself, but really going, God, I'm open to you showing me what is this teaching me, because I know these people love me, and I know they're not meaning to set people off, and I know God is sovereign. God can direct all of the people that received that article, and direct them back onto their true soul path, right? They don't have that much power. It's just when you go back into this child position, you feel like a child again, and they feel like the giants, the parents that are going to crush you and crush everybody else. And so it triggered that old fear response from childhood, primal response from, and gets you back and provokes you to go back and live in your ego. But I'm not willing to do that, right? So it taught me I have been the one being the bully, running my life by egotism for so long and pushing my soul self around. Anyway, I wish you so much love. I gotta go, but that's it for now. Share and like and comment. Much love.